Hey guys, today we're going to tell you a story about how Aaron and I ruined and then saved a brisket.
So as you can see here, this is before we started to work on it, and it is very tough. But after some major rejuvenation, it ended up looking like this in the end. Soft, easy to pull apart, buttery, and delicious.
Everything started off normally enough. I started out by trimming some of the fat off, and luckily Aaron had the foresight to save it and put it in a crock pot for later. And this was even before we had thought anything would go wrong. I added the binder and the seasonings, just pretty simple salt and pepper and mustard and Worcestershire for the binder, and put it on the grill, thinking at this point that everything would go according to plan. So this is maybe about an hour and a half in. I flipped it, and at this point really saw that it wasn't working, so we started trying to do damage control. Little did we know that adding butter and letting it drip over the fire would, well, you can just see for yourself.
What happened?
I don't know.
Take it out, take it out.
The butter, it was the butter.
Oh, it was the butter, huh? We should have kept an eye on that.
Me, bro, I don't even know how to deal with this. Take it out, how?
That's interesting. We just gotta... She does look a little smaller.
A lot smaller.
We just gotta like drag her off. Cause this is bad, right?
As
Please.
failures playing in the background.
Please take it off. No way. What do we do about that? Just close it? Like, actually, that instantly got better.
Take it away. Call somebody to take this whole thing away.
Take it away. Call somebody to take this whole thing away.
Feeling defeated, we walked back inside with the brisket to see if anything could be done about our poor mishandled meat. In an effort to cheer us up, my dad ended up calling his brother to help share some words of wisdom.
Hey, can you hear me? You care if I turn that down a little bit?
Yeah, you can turn it off.
Hey, are you there? This is Uncle Bill.
Okay.
Billy?
Don't
Don't
expose
listen.
me.
No. Billy? When you fixed your first brisket, how did that turn out? Well, okay, then that's what I'm saying. So that Quentin don't feel bad.
Oh, goodness. Oh, no.
Quite the
It's
opposite,
done.
probably.
Oh, it's done. It's done. So, what I was seeing is I need a smoker. I tried to do it on a grill. And it was the temperature was too high.
I'm gonna count that.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's gotta be far away from the heat.
Yep. It's got to be indirect. Yeah.
More smoke than you need.
Yep. We need
A temperature of about no more than 300.
No. Don't.
No.
But,
For real?
yeah, I burned up a lot of stuff, so you gotta learn it. And yeah, a grill, that's what a grill is. You don't know the grill.
It's direct. Yeah. Everything on the grill it needs direct heat, and this whole.
It's great for eaters because that's what they need.
Yeah.
They don't need a lot of time.
And I had done some skirt steaks.
It's raw, Melissa!
Yes, chef.
It's raw, come on!
Yes, chef.
Despite having a huge brisket that was both overcooked and undercooked, we felt pretty encouraged after talking to Uncle Billy and we had some ideas as to what we could do to fix it. First, I started by trying to simmer it a little bit in some beef broth, but honestly that didn't do much of any good. So I went ahead and soaked it in that broth overnight. But here's where we go to what did save it. Now, if y'all remember at the beginning of the video, we saved that fat from the brisket and went ahead and added it with some old turkey bones and skin that we had. I was in the middle of making broth and when we had this whole predicament on our hands. I only added a few of the extra fatty pieces that were still pretty undercooked, and I thought it would add to make a good broth. But before we knew it, the next morning, we checked out the broth and tried a bite of that meat, and it was perfect. I mean, look at it. It's looking good. We put it in there for about 12 hours over the night. And here's the moment that I realized it was going to be good. Bro, no shit.
What?
That's not an unexpected consequence. Don't get that. That's all the fat. Get this.
Did you save it?
That's how I'm about to do all the rest of it.
Did you save it?
I didn't do the rest like that. I only did a little bit.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I just figured out how to save it.
Really? My dad's gonna be so proud of you.
Ooh, wow, that's nice. So at this point, over 12 hours later, when we let it rest and cool down, we went ahead and jarred up the broth that we made. And here is the first little batch of meat. Super soft, super tender, pull apart, buttery. We were really proud of this moment. Although I was still a little hesitant to get my hopes up in case the rest of it didn't work out as well. So I went ahead and jarred up the broth that we made from that batch. And here it is again. We're just looking at some of those good pieces we had in there. I thought it was going to leach out the fat, but instead it made it nice and tender again. So here I took what we had sitting overnight and went ahead and added it to the crock pot with everything else still in there. And I added some water as well. And at some point in the time it was cooking, I also went ahead and added, I think, probably 2 tablespoons of bacon grease, because at some point I was getting a little worried and wanted to make sure there was enough fat for all that meat. So at this point, the rest of it had been slow cooking for 12 hours. So all in all, if you have some brisket that's tough and overcooked, go ahead and put it in a slow cooker for, I would say at least 12 hours. Any less than that, and I wouldn't have considered it ready. And go ahead and keep it on low. If you want to keep it longer, but it's starting to seem to boil, I would just put it on warm so that it doesn't start to overcook it. This, I think, came out really good, and in the end we actually got probably 7 jars of broth, which is a really nice bonus. But we watched a lot of videos before attempting to do the brisket and didn't seem to realize the mistakes that we would inevitably make. So if y'all are in a situation where you're looking up how to fix a brisket, you messed up, don't feel bad. It's your first time, just like it's ours, right? And I hope that this works to fix it. And I hope that this doesn't discourage you, because we're excited to try it again. And if you keep watching, you can go ahead and see just how much we ended up saving in total. It was quite a bit in the end, so we didn't really lose anything. And we got something extra out of it, which would be the broth. And here it is. So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching, and I really hope this helps, and I hope this encourages you to try and keep trying grilling, because it sure is a lot of fun and we've really been enjoying it. Thank y'all.